Right boys, welcome back to the highly anticipated full day of eating. So obviously my last full day of eating was when I was in the hashtag trenches of my diet. It was like the last week of the diet and now we are, God knows, I'll put up how many weeks post diet here. We are currently 6 weeks out from starting prep, which is exciting. So food's relatively high, sitting just under 4,000 calories, around 3,750 I believe. We'll put the full macros up right now. So we've got 220 protein, 600 carb and then 55 grams of fat on a training day. Obviously, in this video, in this segment, first initial segment, I'm going to go over nutritional guidance, literally everything you need to know, recommendations, etc. For people who might be a little bit lost with nutrition. Coming from an ex-skinny guy like myself, we'll put up a photo of when I first started the gym. I was extremely skinny, probably weighing about 50 kg, and I pushed all the way up to 80 kg. Peak tubby custard, and now we're sitting around 72 kg in a much better position. So I did forget to film meal one. Meal one, I'll put up a picture of meal one. Meal one is 50 grams of whey, 15 grams of dark chocolate, 80 grams of raspberries, and 150 grams of sourdough. That is the first meal there. I did go over how to make, the whey cake tutorial, so I won't go over that again in this video. But if you want to check that out, check the last full day of eating. It's like 8 minutes in, so yeah, that is the first meal. I think it's pretty much the same as it was in the diet, just with a little bit more carbs within the sourdough. Yeah, meal two we have going on right now, which is a pre-workout meal. It is currently around 11:30. Usually eat it around 12 o'clock. First meal's around 9 o'clock, 8:30. So I like to leave around minimum of 2 to 3 hours between meals, pretty much. Hydration, I usually have around 7.5 to 8 litres per day. It's about 1.5 litre bottles, which equals 7.5 litres. Getting your water in isn't hard. Let's just get, a 1.5 litre bottle. I have 2 of these before I train, 1 during training, and then 2 after. It's really not that hard. Like, drink your water. It's pretty much the advice I have for you there. Just carry it around with you if you struggle to get your water in. But yeah, pre-workout going in now. We have got chicken rice, some greens, olive oil as well, and dark chocolate. So obviously, protein sources being chicken breast, fat sources being olive oil and dark chocolate, carb sources being rice, and a bit of barbecue sauce on there as well to make it taste a little bit better. But as you shall soon see, my pre and post workout is pretty much the same meal, just without the fat sources in the post workout meal pretty much. Simply just because I know they both the same meal. Just because I know that meal digests well for me, it's easy to prep as well when I'm like busy post-workout and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much the only reason for that. But obviously you don't need to have the same pre and post-workout meal. Protein, it's also going to be body weight dependent. The more body weight you have, the more protein you're probably going to need. So recommendation wise, what I would say is per pound of body weight, I would say around 1 to 1.5 grams of protein. So for example, if you weigh 200 pounds, that would be 200 to 250 grams of protein as a bare minimum for your protein recommendations. And seasoning wise for the chicken, I literally season mine with paprika hot and garlic granules and with the chicken breast. I also do that with my mince meal as well, just because it's nice, bro. So yeah, we are just cooking up the chicken breast. If I am prepping my post-workout meals though, which sometimes I will do, I'll just cook my chicken pretty much at the same time. Hear that sizzle of the chicken going on. I'm not even sure if you can see me, I don't think you can, but yeah, just cooking up the chicken in now. What I would say for protein as well is, realistically, just split it up evenly between your meals and you'll be sound. Not really much to go on protein. Protein is pretty simple macronutrients. So obviously macronutrients, we have protein, carbs and fat, so I'll go over kind of each one. Onto the next one, we have carbs. So pre and post workout is going to be the most important meals in your day, obviously, because we want to fuel our workouts. So what I'm going to say is for carbs, at least 40 to 50% of your daily carb intake in your pre, intra and post workout, so your peri workout nutrition is what I would say there. I put on 600 carbs on training day, and right now I have around 400 carbs in my pre and post workout nutrition, so that's over 50%, but that's what I would say at the bare minimum, 40 to 50%. Obviously, recommendation wise, it is very person dependent, phase dependent, etc. But as a rough guide, what I would say is around 1 to 5 grams per pound of body weight. Obviously, what you want to do is obviously just making sure that your rate of loss / rate of growth is spot on and changes dependent on that every single week is what's obviously going to determine your carb intake. Training day and non-training day nutrition, we want to have certain macronutrient targets for that day. Reason being, obviously, rest days we're going to have less energy output, therefore we need less energy intake through carbs. So having less carbs on rest days, right now I'm having like 100 carbs less on rest days, which isn't that much. On rest days, have a little bit more fat there as well. So meal plan wise, well, I would suggest and recommend having a meal plan in place instead of doing it if it fits your macros, just due to the consistency, the accuracy that it's going to provide as well. Like even coaching clients, like everyone just prefers a meal plan, even when they've never had a meal plan. When they get a meal plan in place, everyone just says it's easier. From personal experience as well, it's just so much easier. Like eating the same stuff every day. As well, like you're not eating the exact same stuff every day, because you have a training day and a non-training day, you know, different meal plan. So you're going to have variety within your meals. That's what I would say. Definitely recommend suggesting getting a meal plan in place. Like you can have a little bit of variety, like changing things here and there, you know, if it fits in. But as a rough guide, having a set plan in place will be extremely beneficial, especially if you're struggling with food and nutrition as a whole. So that's what I would say there. But right now, before I cook this meal, I just prep my rice for the day. So I have 400 grams of raw weight sushi rice in my pre and post workout. So I've just got that prepped in the rice cooker, and then what I do is, obviously because it's 400, I have 200 pre and post. So I just weigh out the cooked weight and then divide it by 2, because that's obviously that would be 200 raw weight. So that is what I do there. So I'm just doing that right now. Yeah, I like to use sushi rice as well, just because it's going to be low volume, and I just like it better than kind of jasmine or basmati rice. Just kind of a preference point to be fair. I'll show you the rice I get. I get it off of bulk, off of Amazon, so I will show you that in 2 seconds. So yeah, this is the rice I use. I literally buy it, like, it's like a 5 kg bag. I literally buy like 20 kg at a time off of Amazon. It's pretty cheap as well, so that's why I do that. Back to the pre-workout nutrition as well. Obviously I would suggest having at least 10 to 15 grams of fat in your pre-workout meal, just to slow that digestion down for your workout. So that is why I usually have like 3 mils of olive oil and then 15 grams of 85% dark chocolate in my pre-workout meal. So what I'm going to say is, as well, like when I started my, you know, bodybuilding slash physique development journey, you know, the thing I struggled with mostly was my nutrition. And the reason for that was, well, what I would say it was, when I first started was, you know, my appetite was so bad, I just can't eat. But like realistically, it was because my food sources were awful. I was not eating, you know, clean single ingredient foods. I was eating pizzas or anything to get my calories in. I had no routine or consistency within anything to do with my meals, nutrition, food selection. I would eat different things every day. My digestion would be, you know, pretty awful, leading to bloating, leading to my appetite just being worse and worse and worse. So that is the biggest tip that I would have for you, is one, making sure your food sources are actually good in their single ingredient foods. And it doesn't necessarily everything need to be single ingredient, obviously, but making sure you're eating, first of all, food sources that digest well with you and you know that you can eat. If your digestion is awful, that you can't get the food down, it's that simple, and you can't utilise it to the best of your ability. So that's what I'm going to say. Or make sure food choices, first of all, you're eating food sources that you know are going to digest well with you, and you're being consistent with it. You're eating the same meals every day. Like your body is going to adapt to it, especially meal times as well. Eating the same meals, same time, pretty much every day. Doesn't mean the exact same time, obviously, but around the same time every day. Your body's going to get used to it. It's going to be in a routine with it. It's going to know what's coming, which will also improve your digestion as well. Even consistency, like with data, body weight, etc. It will be a lot more consistent. Therefore, the data will be a lot more consistent, so you can actually make changes when they are needed without rushing the process and keeping that rate of loss, rate of growth spot on. So yeah, that's what I would say there is the biggest tip I would have for you, is routine and food selection, food choices. As you'll see in this video of eating, like the food selection, the food choices are pretty clean. Like, they are clean. I don't really have anything that's not clean. And all of this stuff, I enjoy all of these meals. It works for me. I digest well. I actually look forward to it every single day. I want to eat these meals. So making sure you are making your meals enjoyable but also clean. And you can do that. Like, I'm definitely a fussy eater. I don't really like adventuring out, but this stuff works for me. It's pretty basic. Like you'll see, my full day of eating is pretty basic. It's pretty the same food sources, but once again, it works for me. So this is what the pre-workout meal is saying. We've got 200 grams raw weight sushi rice, 100 grams raw weight chicken, some greens in there, and then we have 50 grams of raisins and 15 grams of dark chocolate as well. What I forgot to mention is food scales, making sure you're weighing your food. Like your intake and food is not going to be accurate if you're not weighing out your food. It's that simple. You can't just eyeball it or guess. Like, you need to be accurate with your food intake and making sure that you're weighing out your food pretty much. So yeah, I am off to scan this pre-workout meal. I shall most likely see you in the gym. Might get a little bit of upper filmed for y'all, but also only a little bit because I want this primarily to be the nutrition side and the full day of eating. So yeah, see you soon.
I'm again. Go on then. Yep. I'm again then, Brandon. Yep. Take that. Good.
Oh yeah.
How many was that? 7?
That was it. Well, since it's a full day of eating, indoor workout, forgot to go over that before I started the session. So we've literally got pure cyclodextrin, creatine and hydroflow. 25 grams of carbs in here, or cyclodextrin. 8 grams creatine and 5 grams of hydroflow. Salt as well, forgot to go over that as well. I'm such a shit influencer, man. Yeah, I have 10 grams of salt daily. Around like 6-7 grams in my pre and post workout. So yeah, realistically you don't need to weigh out your salt daily. Just have a decent amount, making sure you're getting a good amount of sodium and salt in to your meal plan. So yeah, went for upper, as you saw, the first set of shoulder press went really well, up to 2.5 kg and max stretch, which is lovely stuff. So as I said, won't get too much filmed as it is a full day of eating. We'll just get the fun stuff filmed, kind of go over that. But yeah, shoulder press progressed. We've got some lat raises onto the fun back stuff with some body rows, so let's go. Right, we have got the best pull down in the game for the set of the pull down. On to back work now. First half is pressing work, mostly delt focus. Got 5 sets of laterals, 2 sets of overhead press, and then we move, and then dips as well, and then we move it on to the back work, which is set of the pull down. 2 sets each side here, 2 sets of dead stop rows, 2 sets of upper back row, lower row, then onto arm work. So that's pretty much upper run through. So got this here. Obviously with the set of the pull down, you can change the resistance profiles, which is lovely enough. Love a little resistance profile, but doing 2 to 1 in the lengthened 5s and the lengthened a little bit more, which would just make sense because that's where also the lat has the most leverage and is the strongest. One thing to note looking at that set is, again with resistance profiles, obviously it is a bit of a more advanced topic. Like realistically, if you're new, don't even pay attention to the resistance profiles. Like it's really going to be down to nailing the basics of your intensity execution, more so than fucking focus on resistance profiles. But I think it is something good to know, especially if you are more advanced. So you can see the velocity, the speed of those last few reps got slower and slower and slower and slower. And yeah, you see that last rep was like a grinder, it was a really hard rep, and that just shows you that the resistance profile of the machine is pretty much spot on. So see if you aren't kind of aware of the kit they use, how the resistance profile is. First of all, if you're actually training to true mechanical failure, look at the speed of the last few reps. Is it slowly, getting slower and slower and slower, or is it just hit a brick wall all of a sudden? Which will just kind of tell you that the resistance profile isn't really the best. So that is resistance profile is 101. On to dead stop rows now. Right, that was the those. Took 120 today. Took 125 last week for a much sloppier set. So decided to back down to 120, and I'm happy with how it looked. Happy with how it looked. I remember someone asked me like one of my first YouTube videos, like when I did bar those, and they're like, "Oh yeah, what do you think about it? How do you execute them?" And I genuinely mean this. Like, there's nothing going on up here. Like, it's literally just roll the weight, keep rolling the weight, keep rolling the weight till I can't roll it anymore. Because like, obviously when you're training upper back, you want to think about scapular protraction, traction, etc. But I'm not really doing this for upper back, in all honesty. If I had like a weak back, if my back was weak, I would do these a lot cleaner. But I'm just having some fun with them, honestly. I'm just rolling some weight. And I'll get a lot of erector stimulus out of it. I have been feeling my erectors have been a little bit cooked lately, so yeah, they're doing the job. And happy with how they are moving. So we'll go back up to 125 next week. Hopefully get a much better set. But yeah, back off here with 112.5 kg. We shall see how that moves. But yeah, overall was up 2 reps from last time for them. So I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy with how they looked. They weren't too sloppy. So yeah. Right, we have teleported home after a very good upper session. We are back where we started, as you can see. Funnily enough, the kitchen where we make food. But post-workout, as I kind of said, I think I said, it's literally the exact same as my pre-workout meal without the fat sources, without the olive oil, and without the dark chocolate. So just cooking my chicken now. So not got that now, but we'll just have 200 rice, 200 chicken, greens, spring onion, and then 50 grams of rice. So literally the same as pre-workout without the 15 grams of dark chocolate and the 3 ml of olive oil. So I shall scan this, and then I shall see you when we are cooking up the final meal. Have 4 meals per day. I don't think I went over that actually this morning, but meals, how many meals would I suggest for you? I would suggest a minimum of 4 meals per day, just for NPS, speaking NPS throughout the day obviously. Minimum of 4 meals, and maximum really like, I mean, I wouldn't really say there's a maximum, but just whatever you prefer pretty much. I have experimented with 5 meals per day. It does work, but I just prefer making 4 meals per day. I feel like I'm just like eating and cooking all the time when I'm eating 5 meals per day, and it's just less stressful for me having 4 meals per day, and my digestion is sound, which is most important. So you're also very person dependent. Like, as you in physique development and bodybuilding in general, like it is so person situational dependent. That's what kind of beginners don't really realise. Like when they're asking like general questions, what's the best split? What's the best meals to eat? Like it's so person dependent. There's not many absolutes. Is what I would say pretty much. So yeah, enough chatting shit. Post workout gets grand. I'm very hungry. It's been quite a few hours since the pre-workout meal. So yeah, ciao. Bosh. Listen, it's boring. It's not very adventurous, but it works, and I like it either, which is the most important. Like I do enjoy this meal, even though it is the same. So yeah. Right, ladies and gentlest of the men. That sounded weird. Wasn't like that, but final meal going in. We have got raspberries, 80 grams of frozen raspberries here. A little tip for your frozen fruit as well. Stick it in the microwave for 30 seconds and it just becomes fruit, funnily enough. But yes, we have got the mince cooking up there. We've got the sourdough getting toasted up right now. So yeah, pretty much this meal is, which you'll see in a minute, is just mince, 5% steak mince made into kind of burger buns. Just make it in the, not sure what you call that, the George Foreman right there, the grill. Make that into kind of burger buns, get it with some sourdough, got a bit of dark chocolate here, which I was eating on its own, and then some raspberries, and that is us finishing for the night. And as you can see, we're in the pyjama attire. If you made it this far to the video, much appreciated. And what I want you to do is go down in the comments and rate this fit out of 10. And I'm sure there'll be nothing less than 10. So yeah. Right, mother truckers, we have the last meal. Very good meal, really like this meal. So 200 sourdough, 175 mince, 10 grams dark chocolate just chilling over there, which will get scanned right now. And then 8 grams of raspberries, bit of ketchup, bit of salt, maybe a bit too much salt because I've tried to record and salt at the same time to get a cinematic, but I just looked like shit. So yeah, but that's the last meal. So yeah, that is my current full day of eating. Just under 4,000 calories at the minute. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think. And if you have any questions, going to film a Q&A soon as well. So make sure to follow the Instagram as well. If you have any questions to ask me or anything. But yeah, that is all. last meal going down.